Should I do this episode with my glasses off? Because I feel like it's like kind of distracting with the light since I'm like staring straight ahead. Yeah. Glasses off for this app. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back or welcome. Welcome or welcome back to Unrestricted Entry. You entered at your own risk, so welcome. I said welcome like 15 times, okay? Sometimes I forget the intro, okay? Let me cook. Anyway, oof, sorry. Today I have a few topics to talk about, but I just wanted to kind of let y'all into my day. It's been a pretty long day today. I fell asleep in class. Um, oh, also, pause on that before we get into it. You'll notice something new. I look schmexy. I look schmexy every episode, but now I look vibrant and luminescent, and that is because I got a light. I finally got a light for my camera. Oh my God, everybody clap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Enough. Thank you guys. But yeah, my camera, I got a good quality camera. Um, I think before my second episode, just because I wanted something good for vlogs and, for filming this, just because I wanted to be a little more profesh, you know? Not to say that you need a professional camera when you're doing things like this, just I wanted one. Because also I like collecting cameras. I have a camera collection that hmm, might talk about that more in depth later, but oof. I'm tired, guys, okay? I feel like my last few episodes have just been really tired, but I'll get into that a little later. Um, I have a well, not big. I'm building up my camera collection, and so I thought a good quality HD vlogging camera is next. So I bought myself one, and I told my mom that it's my gift, so she's gonna pay me back. So yeah, um, I got a light for it because the camera itself doesn't come with a light. A lot of cameras come with flash installed, and like saying this now, I would recommend to just get a camera with flash installed because this camera was like I paid a pretty penny for this camera. Like it's one of the more expensive cameras that I own, but it didn't come with a flash, and I think that that's one of the really things that set it back. And I didn't know that. I should have looked into it a little more, but when I looked at the reviews for it, everyone said it was good and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I can just get a flash. I already had a flash actually. But that was a flash that I used for my manual film camera, and it was compatible, like it fit, but it didn't work with it. So sorry, guys. Little interruption. My grandma came and talked to me. Apparently, Nazis are marching in Ohio. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. This camera didn't come with a flash, so I got one. It actually came yesterday, and I used it for another video that I'm filming right now. But yeah. I'd recommend if you're gonna pay the amount that I paid for this camera, if you're gonna pay any amount for any camera, just get one with a flash that's already there. Just get one that has a flash installed because having to pay extra for a flash when I already paid a good amount for this camera was just a little irritating. But I kind of did that to myself because instead of just seeing if my flash was compatible, I instead did this. So, it is what it is. What was I gonna say? I like completely lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I may be filming in the daytime now because usually I've been filming at nighttime, hence why I'm usually really tired during filming. Because my days are very busy recently with school and work and, just doing homework and all that kind of stuff. So I may be filming in the daytime now, depends on how the flash looks. I actually really like filming at nighttime just because I feel like it gives a kind of ambiance to the video and I feel like I'm a little looser when I've already had like a long day and it's nighttime. I talk more. The only video I think I actually filmed in the daytime was the first episode. So let's see. The reason I I steered away from it was because I like the lighting at night better because outside wasn't bright. Like I have a lot of windows. So, it was just light filtering in through every window and it just I'm not sitting in the place where the light can hit me. So I'm like sitting in front of the light. So I prefer filming at night because of the light. But now that I have this flashlight or this flash or this light, I can probably film at daytime now. But let's see if I actually do it because my days are, like I said, pretty busy and I can make the most time to film at nighttime. But yeah, so on my day now, I had a pretty tiring day. I actually fell asleep in my second class. I don't know why I was so tired. But like I was like literally like how the people in the train are like nodding off and like their head keeps falling and they're catching themselves. That was literally me in class. But I did participate a lot. I will say I did participate a lot. I think there's like an eyelash in my eye. Anyway, I did participate a lot. So like you can't really call me out because I did the reading. I did the reading. I'm just tired. So I participated a lot in between because I didn't fully fall asleep. I was in that beautiful in between consciousness thing where you're like not sleeping, but you're not fully awake. You're like conscious of everything going on around you, but you're also like about to sleep. It was so nice. Oh my God. But I was like participating in between sleep. So like I at first was trying to keep my head up, but I was like literally like my eyes were like going like closing in the middle of my professor talking. And at a point I just gave up and I just put my head down because I'm like this is ridiculous now. Like I might as well just put my head down. And then he was like, "Sasha, why don't you read this?" And I read it and then I went back to sleep. And then I went back to sleep. Like I was knocking out in that class. And I don't know why, because I had a class before that and I was fine. But then I got to this class and I was like, I am so tired. And then after that, I went out and I had to return something. So I went to Manhattan and I returned something and I just kind of walked around the city. I got me a coffee from Blank Street. They have new flavors for winter. So I got me a coffee, walked around. I was like feeling lazy about what to eat. So I got me some Wendy's. It's been a while since I've had Wendy's and that shit bus. Capital B, capital us. Um, It was so good. So, yeah, I got some Wendy's. I got my Blank Street, and I had this huge bottle of water the whole day, so I was like thoroughly hydrated. I'm trying to make it a point in between coffees because I made a coffee before I left. I'm trying to make a point to drink water in between coffees because I feel like a lot of the reason why I've been having such visceral reactions to things is because I'm not drinking water in between coffee. So it's just coffee and then another coffee and like nothing in between. And coffee is really dehydrating, you know? So I had another coffee and I had my water and I was drinking water throughout. So I was like rehydrating myself and I had my gum. I was walking around. I was feeling cute. Oh my God, it was so hot today. So I was wearing this, of course, and then I was wearing this like fur coat, but it wasn't really fur. It was like fine on the inside and just fake fur on the outside, but I thought it was gonna be cold because it'd be like 60 degrees and then it'd be so windy that this like I can never like just get it right. It'd be so windy that I need to get a heavier coat. So I put on a heavier coat and I was so hot. But later on, because I left early and I left home early and I left school late. Later on, when I was coming back, I was like, okay, I think I made the right decision. I wish I wore one a little lighter, but I think I made the right decision and I wore the right coat. So that's been my day. My last class, my professor was sick, so he didn't cancel it, but he should have because he didn't have any plans. So we were just kind of sitting there yapping. I was on my phone the whole time, so I like didn't care. Um, but it was like, damn, let me go. So the first topic that I have for today's video is having paper plates in your house slash apartment without actual fucking dishes. That shit is so weird and ghetto. That's all I can call it. How are you living in an apartment or this like and sometimes y'all apartments be so expensive. How are you living in your apartment in your good neighborhood, your expensive furnished apartment, and you don't have dishes? And some of y'all be living there for like a year eating off paper plates. Are you sick? Like, are you expecting someone to get them for you in a housewarming or something? Like, why don't you have actual dishes? I hate it so bad, guys. Like it just feels so like some people are like, "Oh, we don't cook a lot, so we always order out." So, "Oh, we don't have that." Even so, you're living in an apartment, you're living in a house, you're living in a space. Dishes are the easiest thing to bring with you. Even if you have plastic, well, like hard plastic plates or some glass cups, you at your grown age, you're in your apartment drinking out of a red Solo cup. Hey, Jesus, may that never find me. What? I just find it so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I've never liked it. I'm like, oh my God, why don't you like go to Home Goods, get some forks, get some forks. Like cutlery and stuff like that is not that expensive for you guys to be acting like that. I fear. You can't live in this $1 million mansion eating off of plastic plates. No. That's so terrible. That is so terrible. That's terrible. And if you are one of those people that live like that, shame on you. Go get some plates. Like having to rebuy like plastic or paper plates and plastic utensils and all that kind of stuff is more expensive than just going to the store and getting some plates. You have Target, you have Home Goods, you have Marshalls, you have TJ Maxx, or if you're in London, Canada, wherever, TK Maxx. You have all these different places, Walmart, Dwayne Reed. You can get stuff like, no, not Dwayne Reed. You can get stuff like that at literally anywhere. Amazon, like you can find these things anywhere that you look for them. But you're going out of your way to say, "Ah, we need to pick up some plates from Target." What? Are you joking? You're joking. Even if you don't cook, y'all can't crack an egg, make an egg. You're waking up in the morning, scrambling an egg and putting it on a paper plate. Holy shit. Oh my God. Like the thought of that makes me actually ill. And yes, I am judging. I'm judging so hard. It's not the same as having an apartment and having like a mattress on the floor while you're waiting for your furnishing. It's, I don't, what is the equivalent of that actually? Let me think. Let me put my thinking cap on. What is the equivalent of that? I need to know. Like there has to be an equivalent. If y'all think of an equivalent for that, put it in the comments because I need to know what is the equivalent of having paper plates in your fully furnished house that you have basically made your own. And you want to know who I usually see that with? Men. Who else but men? I have rarely seen a girl in a house without basic utensils and plates and bowls and pitchers, anything. It's only men. And then it leads into the fact that y'all can't cook majority of the time. Y'all can't even make some rice or crack an egg. Y'all are so pathetic, bro. Like, it's so sad. I'm not saying I'm Chef Boyardee or I'm Gordon Ramsay. I can't make no intricate thing. First of all, I have a hard time touching raw meat. Pause. But I do. I didn't want to say it like that. I was thinking of other ways to say it and I couldn't find it. But I do like chicken, beef, fish, like even like fish and stuff like that. I have a hard time touching it. Even though people are like, "Oh, just wear gloves." Like you wear gloves and then you have to season the stuff, so the seasoning is getting like I can't. I like it's like so bad because I start fearing for my life. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get salmonella, like E. coli." Like I freak out. So I don't touch raw ingredients like that. Um I'm not saying I'm Gordon Ramsay because I can't touch raw ingredients, but I at least know how to make a bowl of rice. So if you're a man and you can't make a bowl of rice, you can't crack an egg in a skillet, make some scrambled eggs. If you Can't do nothing but starve and then order food to eat on your paper plates. Oh my God. Seek help. Seek so much help. Seek so much help that help start seeking help. Seek so much help. Oh my God. To have the audacity to have paper plates and you can't cook, bro, you have paper plates and you can't cook a meal? Bro, fix that. So let this be a little message to all y'all who have paper plates. I hope that I've shamed you enough for you to go buy some fucking plates. Like it's really not that expensive. You don't have to get no graphic, intricate designs. Literally, all you have to do is go to Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Target even, pick out plates, some cups, maybe a pitcher for water or soda, forks, and look at how much money you save. Just because you don't cook, that doesn't mean that you have to live like that. Anyway, speaking on the topic of food, let's also talk about UK food. I was watching TikTok last night and I saw this girl have breakfast. And I, my cousin lives in the UK. She's British, she's English. Um, so I try not to get on the UK's case too much, but the stuff y'all eat over there be making me so sad. I saw this girl on TikTok and she was eating hash browns and a runny egg with SpaghettiOs and like tomato and cucumber. Okay, hash browns, okay. Eggs, okay. Cucumber, tomato, okay. Balanced breakfast. SpaghettiOs? SpaghettiOs? And someone in the comments, and people like to be dick riders in the comments. Someone was in the comments like, oh, I don't see what the problem is. It's just SpaghettiOs. It's literally spaghetti and sauce, blah, blah, blah. SpaghettiOs is a lunchtime food. Why are you eating that shit in the morning? First of all, why are you mixing egg and SpaghettiOs? It might bust. It's tomato sauce. It might bust. I don't know. But there was no other options in your pantry. And then that's the thing with UK food. It always looks so cold. Like it never just looks like it's fresh out the oven. There never just be any steam coming off of it. Why does it look so cold? How your SpaghettiOs look lukewarm? Hash brown and eggs, freshly made, and everything looks cold. Like you just took it out the fridge and put it in the microwave. Bro, even stuff that goes in the microwave is supposed to have some steam coming off of it. It's food. Everything looks so cold. The food just looks so sad there. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like a big breakfast, I'm not an anti. Like I try some UK foods. There's something good there's gotta be something good about it for y'all to be y'all will defend that shit till your dying breath. But oh my God. Like when I was in Korea, I went to Busan and we had this breakfast at this brunch place. Oh my God, I still think about that food. I'll insert a picture if I can find one. I still think about it. Um, and it was basically an English breakfast. So, but it had like salad and two types of sausage, and it had beans, it had toast, it had stuff like that. And everything was delicious. But when I look at that versus when I look at people, authentic English food, the difference is astounding. I get so sad. I get so sad for y'all. And then y'all be eating Chinese food. You be like, "Ah, let me have a Chinese." And the Chinese food be thick fries with curry sauce and some mad salt. So much salt. And like nothing looks hot. Nothing looks hot and ready. And then the Chinese food be French fries with chicken tenders. Like I can't say anything because we do eat that here when we go to get Chinese food. But damn, y'all don't even have no steak and broccoli, no shrimp fried rice. Y'all be like, oh, we got fried rice, but we don't like vegetables or I've seen someone do that. We don't like vegetables or shrimp or anything, so we just got the rice. Bitch, just order plain rice. Like, it's- But yeah, that TikTok made me sad last night, but I couldn't look away. I was watching that TikTok and I was like, what the hell is going I couldn't look away. Like it was sad. And she's getting flamed in the comments because you like it's just it looks so unappetizing. Oh my God. And it probably tasted good, but it just looks SpaghettiOs with eggs and hash browns and tomato and cucumber. Holy crap. Holy, like there's really nothing to say. Like I can't remake the initial like shock and like sadness and disgust that filled my heart. And it's like, damn, I'm not trying to yuck someone's yum, but that shit looked crazy. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but that looks crazy. Anyways, so, ooh, this episode might be getting a little long. So, I have another topic to talk about, and that is friendship breakups. Tis the season, okay? Um, I have gone through many of friendship breakups for a lot of reasons, whether it be the other person was toxic, or we were toxic for each other, or general annoyances just led up to I can't be around you anymore. Like, there's multiple reasons to have friendship breakups. Um, and every situation is unique to you and your person or your ex-person. Um, but since it's gonna be Thanksgiving soon, and it's like, the holiday of giving thanks and friendship and love and all that ooey gooey stuff, some people might be feeling lonely, some people might be feeling sad about the fact that they're not close with the people they were once close with. And I am just here to tell you that it is okay. It's okay to be sad about it, but it's also okay to do what you must for your health, whether it be mental, physical, emotional. Um, it's okay to distance from people, and it doesn't just have to be friends, it could be family. It is okay to distance from people who are not well, who are not good for you. Because sometimes people have your best interest at heart, but go about it in really wrong and kind of disgusting ways. And I would always say to communicate how you feel first and foremost, always. Don't just write somebody off. But after a while of communicating with someone, if if shit is not changing, do what you gotta do. There was a friend that I had a couple years back. Um, she's really sweet. She's a really nice girl, and I do appreciate her friendship. Um, Our friendship ended relatively recently, honestly. It's probably like less than a year. Um, my main thing is she was always late. And before you say that I'm extremely petty, I'm not talking 15 minutes late, I'm not talking 10 minutes late, I'm not talking 30 minutes late, like not even talking 45 minutes late, because I've been there. I am always late. I'm always late by like 10, 15 minutes. I'm talking every time we hung out, I'd be waiting a solid 2 to 3 hours. Either wherever we're supposed to meet or I'd be waiting at home. And sometimes it'd get to the point where I'd tell her another time to hang out and I'd stay home and I'd be chilling until it was time to meet up for that time. And then when I'd text and be like, oh, like, are you ready? Like, I'm about to leave my house. She'd say, oh, she's not ready yet. She just got out the shower, or this, that, and the third, or she had to do this first, or she had to do that first. And I'm not gonna like I probably wasn't a perfect friend, you know what I mean? But I did try to communicate how I feel and I was open to communication on how she felt as well. I was just saying, like um you have to let me know these things before I'm basically, if you know you're going to be an extra 10, 15 minutes, you have to text me and let me know before I'm texting you saying, "Hey, let's go," and you're not ready yet, blah blah blah. And I talked to her many times. I was like, "You are too late. Like you have me waiting sometimes for hours at a place. Like when you say, oh, you're just gonna brush your teeth and go, I'm sometimes waiting an entire hour for you. You don't live that far." And she's one of those people, like some people like hanging out at nighttime, and she was one of those people. But even in New York, things close pretty early. I feel like things started closing earlier because of COVID. The only thing open past like 8, 9 o'clock are clubs, bars, Target. And even then, Target closes at like 10 o'clock. Um, or movie theaters, you know what I mean? But, I'd be telling her like, you know, we have to hang out earlier because my mom is strict, not my parent, my mom, she's strict. Um, or she used to be pretty strict. Like now that I'm older, she's not as strict, but still kind of. I'd be like, oh, my mom's strict, we can't be out like this late, blah, blah, blah. Let's meet earlier. It's not something that I could help. Like, I'd hang out earlier, but we were all like, she's under 21. I think I was like 20, 21 at that point, but she was under 21. We couldn't go drinking. We couldn't go bar hopping. We couldn't do any of that stuff. We couldn't go to clubs. We couldn't go dancing. If if we got parties, we had to find parties that were 18 plus, blah, blah, blah. Um, so hanging out that late at night, she'd say, let's meet at 5, and then I wouldn't see her until 7 o'clock. And by the time that I see her, nearly everything's closed. It's getting dark outside. Like there's nothing else to do. And I'm not really one of those people that likes just wandering out alone at night, as two like as sadly as two girls just roaming around the city. It's not. And even though I have done it, it's not something I like to make a habit out of. I'd rather have a destination in mind, get there, have my fun there, have another destination in mind, maybe walk so we can enjoy the night. But I don't try to make a habit out of traveling only as two people. If it's a group, fine. But like two people alone at night, just walking around the city is not the best to do. But I did communicate so many times and say, hey, like, I don't like that you're this late. Like, you have me waiting sometimes for so long. And sometimes when people would see me waiting, like my friends, other people that I knew, coworkers, they'd be like, what are you waiting for? You've been here so long. And I'd be like, oh, my friend, I'm waiting for her. And they were like, oh, what time did you guys say you're gonna meet? And I was like, I'd be like, oh, we said 3, but she's a little late. And it'd be 5 fucking o'clock. And they'd be like, girl, that's not okay. And I'd be like, I know, but what can I do? But did something. I communicated so much that, I didn't like this. I didn't like the fact that I had to wait for her for so long. And with time, I just stopped making plans with her. Um, and I guess she felt the distance that I was kind of putting between us. And it was also a time where I was really busy because it was when I was planning to leave for Korea. So I didn't hang out with her as much just because I was like, I feel like when I leave, I don't think we're gonna be friends when I come back. And I was right, you know? It's tough, but as you can see, that was just one of my examples. I communicated how I felt multiple times. The what I said was taken into account. It was heard, but it was not internalized. And I just put distance between us and we have eventually fizzled out. I don't have any hard feelings towards her at all. But I just knew after a while that this just wasn't gonna work because I can handle my friends and I are always late hanging out. I can handle someone being 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late, 45 minutes late, but to consistently have me waiting 2 hours for you, it doesn't work. And I can't be close with someone or really close with someone who doesn't value my time, you know? So, and I've been having this issue with friends, not specifically like valuing my time. I'm having issues with friends right now because I say I'm the initiator in a lot of things. It's like my little personal rant sesh. I'm the initiator of a lot of things, and I've recently just stopped texting people and stopped making plans and stopped doing everything that I used to just because I was tired of always being first and phone dry. And it's tough. It's really tough to deal with. But then after the first week or so, when it really sits with you that you're like, damn, so because I don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it, or they're not gonna do it as often, they're basically gonna notice that you haven't been speaking to them for months on end, and then they're gonna come to you after, like, you just, that's when it really sits with you, and that's when it really hits you. And then you're gonna just be like, all right. No, like, I don't have any hard feelings towards anybody, but I also just know my worth. And that is my biggest piece of advice that I can give you guys right now in this hard time. Some people are struggling with having cut people off and they're feeling pretty lonely. And the holidays can be a very lonely and stressful time for people. So I just want you guys to take this, what I'm telling you, and internalize it. Know your worth. You're worth a lot. Okay? And communicate. Communicate. Well, yeah, basically it. Communicate, but know your worth. You'll be better for it. Some the when you know they're for you is when they take what you say, they understand, they internalize, and even though it may take a few times to get it right, because sometimes that some people's characters, they don't take criticism well. I might be one of those people. They don't take criticism well. You know, things keep going on. This episode's probably getting really long, I'm sorry, but sometimes it's just in someone's character, and sometimes it takes a while for people to really make the change. But notice, communicate, notice, and know your worth. Okay, so now since I've been yapping, and also happy holidays. I think there's going to be an episode right before Thanksgiving or like right on Thanksgiving, so you'll get one more from me. You'll get one more from me, but on to like, media, movies, stuff like that. We'll start with songs. So my top songs were I Wanna Be Yours by Arctic Monkeys, Fetish by Selena Gomez, In the Morning by Itzy. Yep, I have been absolutely loving In the Morning. It's one of my favorite Itzy songs ever. I think it's like one of their best songs and their best choreos. Yeah. I'm a mafia, yeah, we do it like a mafia. I did learn it, just for fun, just to have a little workout because I need to work out. Um, I haven't been watching a lot of movies or TV shows recently. I'm gonna be very honest. The last thing I watched was 2 days ago, and I watched Flipped, one of my favorite movies of all time, just because I needed something to watch. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, I feel like recently. Um, but yeah, I haven't really been watching much movies, shows. I'd probably say Flipped and Bob's Burgers are the only thing that I actually have my eyes on. Period. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I hope that my advice sits well with you. I know that I was kind of stumbling over my words for a lot of this episode. I am extremely tired, and I know I've been really tired since like the third episode or something, but like I'm not gonna lie, guys, life has kind of been kicking my ass recently. I've been so busy, and I know everybody else has too. If you're in school, you especially know what I mean. I know everybody's been busy, okay? Um, but yeah, I just want to wish you guys good luck. I want to wish you guys love. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. To be able to see. Bye.